have inflation climbing to a new 9-year high in September.
Government officials say they are doubling efforts to arrest the rising cost of basic goods. Bim Santos has the details.
Inflation climbed to its highest in almost a decade last month. From 6.4% year-on-year in August, inflation soared to 6.7% last September. That's the highest since a 7.2% inflation in February 2009. It's also the 9th consecutive time that headline inflation rose from the previous month. The Philippine Statistics Authority noted 3 commodity groups that pushed inflation up in September.
The top 3 contributors to the overall inflation are food and non-alcoholic beverages, housing, water, electricity, gas, and other fuels, and transport.
For Filipinos, the pinch of rising commodity prices is felt in various ways.
Dahil sa inflation, dati nakapag-Starbucks ako once a week or 2 times a week. Since nagkaroon ng ganong klaseng pagtaas ng mga bilihin, tumigil na ako sa pag-Starbucks or pagbili ng mga personal na luho ko.
Dati nagbabanding kami ng mga anak ko, kumakain kami sa labas. Ngayon hindi na, sa bahay na lang.
Kailangan na natin magbawas ng mga bisyo natin tulad ng alak o di kaya mga load o data.
Dati akong nag-grab, pero ngayon MRT na lang.
But the pain of rising inflation is most evident among the poor, who spends 2/3 of their budget for food. With the minimum wage that their husband earns being barely enough to cover their needs, Mylene says rising commodity prices means being further buried in debt. Her husband's ATM card has now been pawned to pay for their dues, which as it stands is only enough to cover the monthly interest expense.
Dati kasi nag-aalmusal kami, ngayon hindi na kami nag-aalmusal. Hindi na kami kumakain ng tama sa oras. Ang hirap, minsan naiisip mo, paano ba to bukas? Wala na namang tayong pagkain.
The World Bank says that uncontrolled inflation is a threat to the country's poverty reduction goals.
Food is a much larger part of the consumption baskets for poorer households, so it hits them at this point quite strongly, and that is really the risk of high inflation at the moment for more vulnerable households.
In a statement today, the government's economic cluster reiterated that they are pursuing measures to tame inflation and are doing their best to offer relief to those most affected. Bim Santos, we are One News.